Thank you, Devaditya. Thank you for explaining एडुकेशन डिफंडिंग और कंटिन्यूअसली जो हो रहा है और यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ हायर एजुकेशन के साथ जो बर्ताव किया जा रहा है इस रिजीम में। तो हम आपको बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने इसको बहुत बेहतर ढंग से एक्सप्लेन किया। मैं माफी चाहता हूँ कि थोड़ा समय हमारे पास समय की कमी है। इसके साथ हमारे साथ आज सॉलिडरिटी में हमारे साथ कॉमरेड राजा आए हैं और हम चाहेंगे कि वो इस एजुकेशन जो सिस्टम है और जो आज का हमारा विषय है, जिस तरह से फंड कट्स हो रहे हैं यूनिवर्सिटी को पूरी तरह से कोशिश की जा रही है कि बर्बाद करने की और हायर एजुकेशन को बिल्कुल खत्म किया जाए किसी भी तरीके से, चाहे नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी हो, चाहे अलग अलग, चाहे देवादित्य समझा रहे थे हेफा का जो सिस्टम मॉडल हो। तो ये तमाम जो तरीके हैं कि CUET हो और जो NTA हो, ये तमाम पैटर्न आए हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी को एग्जाम पैटर्न को एक तरह से बर्बाद करने की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं। तो हम चाहेंगे कि कॉमरेड राजा इस पर अपनी बात रखें।
जो बोलना था बोल दो, बट sitting, sitting or standing? No, sir, please sit. No.
Friends, comrades, I have come here to express my party's support and solidarity with your struggle and with the soldiers, warriors, student warriors who are on hunger strike. At the outset, I congratulate the student warriors who are on hunger strike for their strong will and determination to continue the struggle. Friends, comrades, JNU is ranked as one of the best universities, but JNU is one university which has the worst problems also. That is why the agitation has been launched and you are carrying out your agitation. It is not just JNU. The Indian education is in deep crisis. Our friend was referring to NEP. What is NEP? It is nothing but commercialization of education, centralization of education, and communalization of education. This is the NEP we have. And I have come across alarming reports about JNU. JNU has fund crunch. JNU is planning to sell out some properties. JNU is planning to collect rent from institutes. Why it is happening? Why it is happening to an university which is ranked as the best university? JNU. Education is in deep crisis. It is being neglected as far as the financial support from government of the day is concerned. What is our spending on education? Recently, there was a budget debate in Parliament. Many people spoke on budget. Many people raised the issue of budgetary provision on education, healthcare. I must tell you, Quatari Commission, many of you must be knowing, in 60s proposed 6% of GDP to be spent on education. Now we are in 2024 and what is the spending? on education. It should be more than 15%, but not even 5%. Let us think what is happening in our country. I'm not here to speak what will happen in 2047, Viksit Bharat or such things. Because they have nothing to speak on 1947. They had no role in the fight against colonial rule. And we made supreme sacrifices in the struggle against colonial rule for the independence of the country. And we know the price we paid for the independence of the country. Now in the post-independent India, how we treat education, healthcare, this is what we should think over. We should think over. Otherwise, why JNU should think of selling some properties, collecting rent from institutes? What is happening to our educational system, to our universities like JNU? This is very sad. With great sense of agony, I am speaking to you. If it happens to JNU, think of the educational institutions across the country, the elementary schools, the secondary schools, the colleges, particularly in mafashal cities, towns. Think of their condition. So the struggle launched by the students of JNU is a struggle which can inspire not only the student community, all those who have some concern for education for all, education for all. And this is time we should demand education for all. And it is Dr. Ambedkar who said education is knowledge, knowledge is power. And if Ambedkar would not have obtained so many degrees and excelled in his studies, think what would have happened. And it is the case with many in our country. And our friend was referring the rate of enrollment in colleges and universities. You think when I went to college, I am the first graduate in my village. I am the first graduate in my village. Now situation has changed a little bit, but still we have to go a long way to ensure education for all. And education, I mean quality education. We cannot afford to send our children to coaching mafias or the rabid exploiters in the name of coaching centers. So we will have to strengthen our public sector educational institutions, starting from school to universities, for which we need more marginalized students coming from marginalized sections. Chennai IIT is also ranked as one of the best institutions, but Chennai IIT is known for discrimination, social discrimination. We could see students committing suicide, taking such extreme step. So these are all certain current challenges, shameful for independent India. We must change India. We must save India. In order to save India, we will have to save the Constitution, which was given to us by galaxy of leaders. The prime architect was the Prime Minister used Independence Day to speak on common civil code. What we have today is communal civil code, We need secular civil court. We must ask the Prime Minister, we must tell the Prime Minister, Constitution is the best available secular civil law. Do they respect Constitution? Do they respect Constitution? If they respect Constitution, they must tell the people of India. They stand by the three definitions given by the Constitution. Number one, India will be a secular democratic republic. India will never become a theocratic nation. If at all it happens, what Dr. Ambedkar called, it would be a calamity for the nation. Can we allow such a calamity to attack our country? This is number one. India should remain as a secular democratic republic. The number two, India, the Indian state should remain as a welfare state. What does it mean? The state shall ensure all means of livelihood to all citizens of the country, men and women. All means of livelihood. What does it mean? The citizens must have right to education, right to health care, right to employment, right to housing, right to food, ultimately, right to live with dignity. This has to be ensured by the state, Indian state. That's what Constitution defines. Indian state should be a welfare state. Can we call the present state as welfare state? The present government as welfare government? I am asking all of you. And our friend was referring to many how capitalism is functioning, and everyone knows how the present government has been patronizing and helping the corporate houses to loot the country. Hindenburg report, you all know, I don't need to explain to you. What is SEBI? It's a market regulator, but the head of the SEBI has conflict of interest. It is known to everybody. Why she cannot step down, owning up moral responsibility? And this is what the young people will have to question. The Constitution defines Indian state as a welfare state, but the state has become stooge of corporate houses, the neoliberal finance capital, corporate houses, they are looting the country. The third definition which Constitution gives, India, that is Bharat, is union of states. So there must be federal system of governance. But now what is happening? The power in Delhi is snatching all the powers of elected state governments, grabbing all the powers of state governments. And state governments do not have adequate political power, financial power, and that is what we are seeing. And look at education. There are strong demands. Education should be on state list. Education should be on state list, because India is a country with tremendous diversities, and plurality of our country must be acknowledged. No party, no government should impose uniformity on the country, and plurality must be respected. Otherwise, why the issue of NEET has become such a controversial issue? NEET has become a controversial issue, and states like Tamil Nadu have been opposing NEET from the very beginning. It is not today after paper leak or the coaching centers loot come to public domain. No, since beginning, states like Tamil Nadu have been opposing NEET. This is what we should understand. The centralization of power, centralization of education. But Constitution defines India, that is Bharat, Union of States. The government here, it is union government, not central government or yeah, government which can impose whatever it wants to do. This is what we should understand. So there are larger questions which need to be addressed as young people, as students. You have woken up and your JNU is always in the forefront of fighting for justice, fighting for great values, great values. Now you have taken up these issues, the fund crunch, the sexual harassment in the campus, and I think the JNU Teachers Association also should support you, and they are supporting, I understand, and I appeal to them. Janita should extend all out support to the struggle launched by you. Outside JNU campus, all right thinking people, all those who love India, all those who want a bright future for our young people, the students, will stand with you. As far as our party, the Communist Party of India, will be with you and is with you. And you know the position of our party, the Communist Party of India. In Parliament, we keep raising all these issues. Outside Parliament, we keep raising all these issues and launching our own independent struggles also. So, friends, comrades, you are not alone in your battle, in your struggle. We are there with you. Like me, like us, there are people who appreciate your genuine struggle and the way you have taken up the issue. It is a hunger strike is not an ordinary thing. You should understand. Hunger strike is not an ordinary thing, and subjecting yourself to such a torture, it is torture. You must know. Uh, Once I told uh, in some place, I never fasted, but I starved. I said, that is the life of millions of students in our country. We should understand. Millions of students in our country. And so we will have to think of the country and its future with a perspective, with a perspective. What Dr. Ambedkar has said, what Dr. Ambedkar has said, India should emerge as a modern nation. And everybody, even President quotes what Ambedkar has said. We should, parliamentary democracy will not survive unless there is social democracy at its base. These are all Ambedkar who said. These are all Ambedkar who said. Now, what is happening in Calcutta? No protection to lady doctor, and the medical community fraternity is agitating across the country. Why it should happen? If it happens to a learned lady doctor in a city like Calcutta, let us think of the women working in agricultural fields, agricultural workers, the tribal women, or ordinary employees in organized sector and unorganized sector. So, friends, comrades, you have taken up very right issues and continue your struggle. The people of India are with you. The political parties are with you, and I hope the teachers association, teachers community in JNU, they are all with you, and your struggle will win, and you will win the struggle, and you will succeed in your struggle. And I want the administration should not be very adamant, arrogant. Administration should talk to the students and try to find a solution, and assure administration is should be an independent administration. It should not become some kind of puppet in the hands of those who are in power here. That also we should want. So, friends, comrades, I wish your struggle succeeds and ends as early as possible, because we cannot allow the young students to be on hunger strike for days together. For days together. It is not that easy. It is not that easy to be on hunger strike. Is a very big torture actually, unless you have that dedication, that uh, spirit of uh, uh, fight for cause, genuine cause. You can't do this. So I wish them good health. I wish them good health. Maybe some uh, comrades must be having their own health problems. I do not know, but they don't show they are not well or they have problem. They are not telling me. I asked them because it shows their commitment. It shows their dedication, and I wish they maintain their health, and I wish your struggle succeeds, and the concerned authorities take note of your struggle and assure the student community what you are demanding today. So, friends and comrades, I am here to express my support and solidarity. I give you all my revolutionary greetings and wishes for the success of your struggle. Thank you very much.